Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Siam. And in previous episode we managed to take Pegu from Burma, so now they are landlocked. And we also started colonizing Western Micronesia, which is going quite quickly. I think in about 112 days we'll have that entire state colonized actually. We already have, well actually we only got 2 of the whaling stations. There's only 1, so maybe there was only 3 in this to begin with. There's the Eastern Micronesia still over there, which we could probably still colonize as well, without too many issues. We'll do it one at a time. I think after that, though... Okay, Micronesia does have a lot of land. But yeah, after we colonize all of this, we can probably just switch our interest back into Indonesia. We might be able to have a bit of a landing going on in Borneo or something. Like, for example, Pontiac doesn't have a lot of troops, if I remember correctly. 1+3, so yeah, not a lot. They don't have any defensive pacts, so it's unlikely that... Well, I mean, there might be some enemies helping them, but if we can pull off a landing in there, and then, you know, we can fight off anything from there quite easily. Well, somewhat easily. And how long do we have the truce with Burma, actually? 1868. Okay, another 4 years. That shouldn't be too bad, though. We're getting the port in Western Micronesia now. That's going to offer us some work in here. And also get this into the market. Oh, there we go. Now we've got full market access. It does offer a decent bit of employment there as well. Although it does need a lot of clippers. Now we got some shipyards underway here shortly. That's going to fix some of the issues there. We're getting another dye plantation, which I actually could think that we're getting it now. Because we're also expanding the class works. Resource boom. Raw goods industries in Siamese Laos are reporting a small spike in goods production at our coal mines, which has led to an extra stockpile being available in the state. There's now potential to reinvest it back into the state. Alright, I'll get more mining going on in there, sure. Oh, land of voting, oh, it's already 55%. Well, we got pretty good support for it as well. So if we could do that, then we could maybe... be able to get rid of the landowners in government, and then we can do the slavery ban. And we can probably get rid of that one quite easily then. Well, somewhat easily. I don't want to oversell it. Right, so do we have that one still hiring? It can't hire fully. Probably because there's not enough educated people there. They'll educate them slowly. There's not also a lot of demand for... Oh, there we go. Plan completed. I think what we're going to do is we are going to continue our colonization into Eastern Micronesia. So eventually these are going to be good areas for whaling to get our early oil. But right now we don't need oil yet. At least not particularly much. What we do need though is more... Okay, we do have the government administration in Bangkok being built. That is definitely something that we will need to expand further. So this was the sort of farming area that we're utilizing a lot. We do have still a little bit extra people in there. Looks like tobacco... Well, actually, let's have a look at our market. Ooh. Okay. There's a lot of exports. Exporting tools. Guns. Who are we exporting guns to? Hawaii. Oh. Then the engines were going to Vietnam. Or Dynam. Coal is going to Dynam. Iron is going to China. And artillery going to Hawaii. So Hawaii is trying to arm themselves with our stuff. I mean, fine. That's good enough for me. Oh, right, now that we've got that, we can actually declare our interest into Indonesia already, because we got one state there, so we don't need to keep it there. Good. That's actually going to be really useful, because now we can then just put in the interest in there, and we can start doing our landings into the state if need be. And also, we might want to get some... You know what, we'll just get a... Is there a tax inefficiencies anywhere? Not really, there's a lot of turmoil in Pegu, Cambodia, and Malaya. And high tensions with Micronesia. Government legitimacy is 38. Oh wow. Well, if we get the landed voting, then that's going to fix a lot of the issues. Or some of the issues. Because landowners, while they are in government, the ideology differences are quite massive between the landowners and a lot of the others that are currently in the government. That just reduces the legitimacy a lot. Oh, gold depleted in New South Wales. Alright. There we go. We got our interest activated. So if we were to declare war on Pontiac... who would join on the enemy side? There's a lot of nations that could join. Now, how many of those would join is a different question. But I suspect that unless it's a large naval power, we should be able to win that invasion Or like, we should have a bit of naval supremacy. How many... Well, I suppose we don't have an... We got 5 flotillas. We can recruit an admiral, I suppose. Morale loss plus 5%, morale damage plus 10%. You know what, we'll take that one. It's a landowner, but that's fine. So now we got a fleet that can assist us doing a landing. Oh, there we go, we got landed voting, and the first election should probably start very shortly. Oh, we are a legitimate government. Oh, there we go. New party is formed. Free Trade Party, Liberal Party. You want to join the Conservative Party. Can I do, actually? Is there an election? Oh yeah, there's election happening now. So, let's have a look. Who is leading? Conservative Party is pretty high. Oh, there we go, Mechanized Workshop. So we're going to increase our clothing and furniture production quite a bit. I think what we might want to do is put in the fractional distillation right now. And then let's go ahead and upgrade the production methods here. So that's going to increase the tool use as well as the dye use a little bit. So we definitely need more tooling workshops. But the clothing price is going to start dropping a little bit. And then furniture, if we go for the mechanized workshops, the wood and tool consumption is going to increase, but a lot more furniture. So I'll take those as well. And then I guess at this stage, the tooling workshop, I know that we already have it. Is it using... It is already using steel. Okay, so at this stage, it's just... I'm just going to put in another level there. I mean, we are going to get one level... Oh, right, there's one art academy in between, and that's it. What else do we need, actually? Well, the clippers is going to be taken care of soon. Looks like we need more transportation. Let's go ahead and get a railway through here as well. So we can eventually have a proper railway network through the entire nation. Right now, it's... Well, it's a little bit limited, you could say. Oh, it ends there? Ah, okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's kind of the intersection point between the states. Once we get one over here, then it's going to extend the rail all the way there. Or there's like a crossroad point between multiple states there. Right, so we're losing a bit of cash right now. Spain damaging relations. That's not really good news for us. Oh, and we got our convoys going through here. And we're colonizing Eastern Micronesia, sorry, right now. Right? Oh yeah, we are. Apparently. I'm not entirely sure where exactly it's going right now, but we got Western Micronesia. There's a little bit extra pops there. Not a lot, though. We could put in a whaling station. There's got to be a little bit of meat production and all that. It's not going to be that massive boost. But also, it's got to be a little bit oil that we'll have in our market. Oh, diplomatic play started. Oh, France is colonizing in Africa. I think that's where He is. Oh yeah, there it is. So yeah, France is certainly colonizing a lot. And we're getting the extra class production. I think we're going to have to get another dye plantation just in case. But after that, Tenasserim is probably not going to be able to expand a lot. Can we build dye plantations here? No. Is there any other places that we could build dye plantations in? Other than in the south there? Ah, here is one, but this is mostly a reserved workforce for the mines, so probably not there. And over here we don't have that. Okay, so we don't have a lot of places for it yet. Maybe. No, there's nothing in there. What about in Borneo? Can we build... Oh yeah, there's dye plantations there. Alright, so that wouldn't be too bad. We got still only 5 flotillas. I believe we are still hiring, right? Oh yeah, they're still hiring. Slowly, it's just... Oh, I think what we might need here, actually, if we're gonna keep the naval stuff going, we might need a university in here, quite frankly. I suppose that's not a terrible idea. Build a university there. So how many things do we have? We've got a decent bit of things under construction right now. Let's let that be. Once we get the election done, we can maybe start passing some of the laws. We'll have a look at who's going to win the election, though. It looks like it's going to be a Conservative Party with armed forces and the monks, and I guess the landowners are going to be in that one as well. But that is at least going to give us a pretty decent amount of legitimacy. Because they will have... I don't know if there's any laws that we can pass during that then, but, you know, it's better than nothing. And we'll actually get some legitimacy. Maybe we can start reducing the radicals. I mean, it should be going down now with the standard of living going up. But, you know, it might be still somewhat limited. Oh, right, the clipper production. Well, we're going to get the shipyard in Malaya done right about now. There's a bit of unemployment in this state, actually. So over here, we might want to put in the rail transportation. The transportation price is going to be pretty high then, but oh well. Is there anything else that we could do over here for reducing the workforce? I mean, I suppose all of these plantations could have the transportation as well to reduce the workforce needed. And the livestock, Well, you can't have anything. Did we put the rice farms? They are already using the harvesting tools at least. And now I believe... Oh, right, we got a bit of bureaucracy shortfall still. We're going to get the government administration soon, though. Oh, there we go. So, Conservative Party and Liberal Party and Free Trade Party. So what we're going to do is we're going to push those out and bring this one in. So that's 93 legitimacy. If we were to put in... It was the Liberal Party that... Okay, if we put that in, then that's not going to work. Different ideologies and all that. Right, so is there anything... Well, we could become a theocracy, but I don't think that's going to be very useful. We could do the slavery ban. It's still 25%. Landowners would hate that. But it wouldn't be pushing them out of the government. 25% chance. I think we got a pretty good chance of doing this. So let's ban the slavery, shall we? I think one day we'll do a playthrough where we will not become a democracy at all. But it's going to be very... sort of... problematic in the fact that you probably won't be able to trade a lot or anything else like that. We might want to put in another government administration. Is there... Okay, there's plenty of tax capacity in here. But I think I'll put in another government administration in here regardless. And there we go, we're going to get the barracks in Pegu, so we could... Well, we've got about 70 battalions right now total. There we go, so we've got 70. So that means that we've got like a few extras. Oh, gold discovered in North Borneo. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Right, speaking of Borneo, Brunei, do you have any... Oh, you've got alliance with Kutai, defensive battle with Bali and Balungan. Improving a lot of relations. How many... You got 3+1. If we can get more flotillas, we could probably land in some troops in... Like, what is the quality of your troops? You do have line infantry with mobile artillery, so that is actually a little bit higher than one would expect. What about balloon gun? You got that as well. And then Pontiac, what do you have? Oh, you got skirmish infantry and mobile artillery. Wait, do you have a munitions plant? Or are you just part of someone? No, you're probably buying that. Oh. Slave schooner mutiny. Slaves of one of our nation's mercantile ships have risen up, seized control of the ship, and sailed to nearby Micronesia, where slavery is illegal. I'd say it's out of our hands right now. And then bureaucratic imbroglio. Enacting time and success chance go down, or lose bureaucracy. We can't afford losing bureaucracy. We'll also have to take that one. Still 15% chance, so there's possibilities in there. And now the shipyards being made, the clipper price should be relatively low, or at least be reduced. Yeah, it's not too bad. We could still sell a lot more. We've got a lot of convoys where we don't have the bureaucracy to do any trading, quite frankly. So actually, I suppose... What about... over here, you do have sulfur mines, so that would be quite good. Do you have any diplomatic... Oh, you got defensive back with the Netherlands, alright. So that's out of the question. What about Siak? Got defensive back with balloon gun. What sort of army are we talking about? 5 battalions? Of what type quality? It's light infantry mobile artillery, so it's the same as we have, so our landings probably would fail. I think Pontianak, since they only have like 1 or... They can have up to 4 battalions, more or less, defending, or if they get all the countries active. Which I doubt, well, I suppose they might get. Do they have a lot of... Ooh, yeah, they got a lot of sell orders for the artillery, ammunition, and small arms. That's good to know. Losing a bit of money still. There's some unrealized taxes because of the bureaucracy shortfall, but that is going to get fixed in a few weeks. I mean, in 1 week the building is going to be built, and then after that it's going to take a couple of weeks to hire all the people required. But the tax situation is going to get better, so we will start making money again. Even with construction going on and all that, and we're not even taking from the investment pool right now. I don't think we... well, I suppose there's the railway that will be using it. But and the dye plantation. Okay, there's a few things that will start using it, but not a lot. And there we go. Clipper price going down. The iron price is going up a little bit. Do we have... We've got a little bit extra pops in here. The tool and transportation prices are a little bit high, though. Go ahead and get a railway through there. And then I suppose we could also build a railway down here. Because why not? Is there... There's a decent bit of extra pops in here. Ah, slavery ban... Increasing the enactment success by 10%. Okay. So now we're back to around 25%, more or less. We are not that far away from the fractional distillation, which do we have a lot of sugar? How is the sugar price doing? It's very low. Okay, so we got plenty to use. That's good to know. Actually, I should probably check the grocery price. That's at 0. Okay, so everything that we produce is being used. So we might want to expand. Well, I suppose once we get the distillation, that's going to start using more glass, which we should have a decent enough amount. And we might want to build another food industry in there. Let's also have a look at the taxes. So we got the luxury clothing. That's almost 2,000. If we were to switch that to porcelain, we'd actually make more money. And also, opium is less than 2,000, whereas tea would be more than 2,000. So we'll remove that consumption tax and put in more tea. And that's going to increase our income slightly. Oh, France colonized South Island? Feels like it would be... Oh, hold on a minute. Is it this one? Yeah, South Island. Split between... Okay. Being colonized by France. Oh yeah, they are going in there. It looks like our colony over here is slowly expanding. We should probably build a port in here already. We'll eventually have our stuff in there. We're gonna get the tools workshops done soon, and this year is the year that we could do another war against Dynam. They still only have irregular infantry. And there we go, distillation. That does lead to baking powder, which is something that I'll probably take. And we could switch to the extra distillation. So more glass consumption, less groceries, but a lot more liquor. It says that it's potentially going to be a loss in sort of value, but it's not too bad. I was going to double check the truce. Yeah, so it's going to end in March. So next week. Not week, next month. Screw frigate unlocked. Alright, what are we getting in the society, actually? Egalitarianism. Alright, that's going to unlock some more voting things. And, ooh, actually, was it the dialects? Yeah, that's something that we should probably go for soon. I think after the baking powder, we'll go for the dialect. Just so that we can increase the effectiveness of our universities, so that's going to be a decent bit extra innovation. Well, it's going to be an extra 4 points right now, something like that. Oh, rifling is spreading. Oh, that's actually really useful. It looks like the standard of living is increasing. Once we get the slavery ban down, that's going to increase the standard of living even further. We're not quite there yet. We're still losing a bit of cash. We actually have gone a little bit into debt, but that's not too bad yet. We're paying a little bit of interest. Oh, there we go. Slavery ban done. And we're actually making a lot more money now. Right, so what other laws could we try passing? Laws that would help us. Is there... Oh, racial segregation. Wait, do we have... Oh, there must be a movement for it, isn't it? Yeah, it's a movement. I'm actually willing to go for that one. Because that means a lot less discrimination. Probably not going to go for multiculturalism, though, because you'll end up having so many different cultural groups. I mean, they've sort of worked towards reducing the amount of cultural groups, even with multiculturalism, but that is one of the key reasons why the game will lag tremendously late game for a lot of people. Because you'll just end up having so many different cultures in every single state. And since each one of them is sort of accepted culture, it causes a lot of issues. Gold depleted in New South Wales, alright. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we should do probably the war against Dynam. If we go for the Mekong, how much is that? That's 25 infamy. That would be a little bit too much. There's France, Great Britain, Burma, Jing, and Luang Prabang that might join this. Not entirely sure who they call in, but they got options, that's for sure. So we need to be a little bit careful with that. And all of these are 25. We are still burning down about 5 infamy per year. Now we can't vassalize them. We could try ban slavery there, but I don't know if that's the one that we want to do. I think Mekong Delta is going to be the one, but we are going to wait for another 6 months or so we won't go above 50 infamy. Not yet, at least. Although, or if we go below 25 at least, we can take all 3 states. In theory, at least. We'll see who joins in there. But then we can annex them and not have to worry about going over 100 infamy. But that does mean that we won't be expanding immediately again. We'll just have to sort of solidify our sort of grip on that region first. Looks like the radicals... Oh yeah, the radicalism is dropping a lot, and the loyalists are starting to increase. Now, admittedly, we are... Oh, colonization East Micronesia completed. Alright, well, let's go ahead and colonize another area then. We could go for As the Solomon Islands, do they have... No, they don't. Oh, they don't have malaria. They do have potential for some whaling. That's a good potential there. Let's have a look at other areas. So Great Britain already owns part of that. We'll go over here, I guess, into Tonga. What sort of stuff do they have in there? More whaling. Admittedly, it might be beneficial for us to just colonize over here into Solomon Islands. Fairly quick, and that's going to give us more areas over here that we can sort of... or we already have the convoys going to, rather. Oh, right, we're getting the second tooling workshop. I figured that I probably needed more than one. Oh, the steel price is starting to be pretty high. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get another steel mill. Plus, I suppose the boiler, if we do that, that's going to reduce the workers needed in here. That might actually not be a bad idea right now, because this state doesn't have that much pops. So keeping the consumption small enough. Let's put in the rail transportation as well. Browsing speeds captivates the public. It's 15%, or increase the petite bourgeoisie. No, I'm just going to take the 15%. Get the racial segregation going. Which does sound a bit odd. Admittedly, but anyway. Oh, right, we've still got high military wages, which is probably not a bad idea, keeping the armed forces happy. Although, is that... They got a lot of popularity already. But there's the morale recovery, which is really useful, and army power projection. Industrial boom in Bangkok. Oh, okay. I'll take it. That's got to be a lot more productions there. Plus the population over here is pretty good. So if we have a look at the standard of living now, it's not too... Well, okay, Malaya is pretty bad. But Laos is pretty darn good for us. And then, of course, the central state of it, Tenasserim, is pretty decent overall. I mean, there's not a lot of unemployed there, not a lot of peasants either. The naval base is still trying to hire. Okay, so we probably won't be able to expand the stuff over here too much. We should probably put in the rail transportation, actually. That's going to reduce the workforce by 4,000. Which means that more of them can go work at the naval base, so we'll have a bit higher fleet. We could probably use Cambodia as another location for a bit of fleet. We'll put in like 5 naval bases there. If we can get to 20 ships, then that means that we can do proper landings into Borneo. Or pretty much proper landings, at least. Might not be entirely proper. Oh, there we go, racial segregation. And I think right now, we will need to reduce some of the things that we're doing. Let's stop bolstering... Well, we'll stop bolstering the industrialists. That's gonna save us the stuff required. And now if we have a look at the cultures, we've got a lot more cultures that are accepted. Including Vietnamese, Shan, Mon, Malay, Karen, Burmese, Khmer, Lao, and Thai. So that's a pretty good selection already, and that should start reducing the radicals very quickly. I'd hope, at least. Oh yeah, it is definitely going down. Which has lost 10,000 the previous week. Also, something like that. Although, well, it might not be going that much down right now, but we're making 16,000... 19,000 pounds per week. Okay, it might be time to expand our construction industries then. Let's get one over here. Although that does mean that the steel consumption is going to be... Actually, no, not the steel, but the iron consumption is going to be increased quite a bit. Now, we should have enough iron, though, so I'm not too worried about... Oh, hold on a minute. Steel shortage. Alright. How soon are we going to get to the steel construction? We should probably bring that up a little bit. We'll get it after the whaling station. That's not going to take too long. And now we've got a 6th construction office, so we are going to be building a lot faster. We might be able to build one more. But I'm going to get a bit of gold reserve going, at least. And now I think the infamy has dropped sufficiently that we can start our diplomatic play towards Dynam. So we'll start with Mekong, just so we can get the Mekong Delta. It's going to be a really good farming area. So we'll start with that one. Let's go ahead and activate our armies. At least, who's going to be our defender? That's meticulous one, so we'll put you defending on the front there already, and then the rest will activate depending on who's going to join and all that. And we might take the entire, like, depending, if they don't get a lot of people joining on their side, they might just give up. They are fearful. But if they don't give up, they want war reparations and humiliation. Humiliation is their primary war goal, by the looks of it. We'll wait with the war goals until we see who's joining. They are worried. They got a lot of troops activated. You know what? Let's activate one of the offensive planners. Attack through there. Still, they haven't... Oh! China declared neutrality already. Lone Parang would probably join our side if we ask them. Do we have the... So it's 25 for each Conquer State war goal. We're just going to wait a little bit longer. Once we get somewhere around here, if no one's joined on the enemy side, and they haven't given up, we'll put in more war goals. There's still a chance that they'll declare neutrality. Or, not declare neutrality, give up rather. So, taking the infamy loss in there is not really needed. Although, I think you only get the infamy... Like, you'll get the infamy sort of back if you put in a lot of war goals. For the extra war goals, but like... well, at least part of it you'll get back. Alright, at this stage, I think it's time to add in a war goal. Conquer State, Dynam. Oh, they want to liberate Selangor, alright. But they haven't invited anyone in. They are still worried. Okay, I think it's time to put in war goal for Tonking as well. I don't know if that... Well, that's pretty high infamy, so that might cause some issues. Let's activate the last army. With that attacking on the main front there. Oh, Burma sides with them, okay. Alright, alright. Well, what we'll do is we'll put in the one that is currently moving there. To advance to Burma instead. We lose damage in relations, alright. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, but it's not going to be too difficult war. I mean, Burma does have a bit of troops, but it's mostly not that strong, I'd say. Whereas the Burmese have some troops traveling there. This might be a bit of a problem. We might lose this area, but then it's going to be front line that we are advancing through. For the most part anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. And they won't be able to call in anyone else. There might be some nations that could, technically speaking, join on their own accord. But I doubt they will. Escalation is still ongoing. Our troops are better. I mean, I'm prepared to lose Pegu temporarily during this war. Unfortunately, I can't take anything from Burma, and after this there's going to be a truce with us and Burma. But at least we'll take all of Dynam. There we go, Britain declared... Well, I suppose no one can join at this stage. Engine price is going up a lot. Okay, I mean, we did build some... Ooh, right, actually. Speaking of which, let's put another motor industries underway. And Burma declared neutrality... Oh, no, neutrality. Rivalry. Didn't we already have rivalry with them? Yeah, we do. Alright. That is actually a bit of a downside over here. There we go. War starts, and... We're going to have a bit of a fighting on here at the start of the episode. Or rather, end of the episode, but we are going to have at least one combat. And they have no general. We've got pretty good offense in here. So I think this is going to be quite a victory. Oh yeah. They're losing 3 times as much compared to us. And they're defending. What about over here? Also winning. They've got slightly better troops in there. Or like a slightly better compared to the Dynam's troops. Egalitarianism has been gotten now. And how's our defense holding over here? Our friendly troops. They are actually... Oh wow. They're using really bad troops attacking. So our ally is actually holding the ground for us. Which means that while we advance, our allies will hold on for the ground for us. We're defending on the main front here. Technically speaking, I could probably advance on that. But you know, it's probably best for us to just have one army that does the attacking, really. On that side, and one army over here, just so that we don't take too much casualties. And postal savings is spreading. But with that, I think... Oh, there we go. So we managed to capture a decent chunk of land there. They only got 25 battalion... No, that's our... Right, they got 45 battalions over here on that front. But we're going to have to end the episode here. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.